Hello, Cancer. How you doing, Cancer? Hope everybody's having a beautiful day today. If you haven't been with me before, welcome in, welcome back. I should say welcome in. My name is Priscilla. I'm a psychic medium, tarot reader, healer, empath, and I also have the gift of telekinesis and moving things with my hands, which I will demonstrate for you. I'm somewhere in the reading, probably at the end, but I speak to my spirits through my emblem, through my pendulum, whatever you want to call it. Okay. They're going to be picking out the first several cards, all right, and then we will clarify it with some tarot to see what the message is that they are trying to relate to you, Cancer. All right, let's go. Start the reading right away. I know for some of you, you want to change jobs. Maybe I'm getting something to do with that. Maybe your other half is being mean to you. I'm just hearing that. I don't know, something to do with that right now. What crowns you is your health, your wellness. For some of you, maybe a lifestyle change or maybe some kind of a diet, okay? Maybe for some of you, you started working out, okay? This is what you're thinking right now is your health. Your health is on your mind. So again, on diets, working out, maybe walking or something like that, running bicycle. What third eye for Cancer? Third eye for Cancer. Right now, no strings. All right, no strings right now. Something to do. Yeah, I feel like this is this is you arguing. Like I said, I was picking up on this when I was, meditating on your energy and picking up on what's going on with you or whatever. But this is what I was picking up on. Somebody's like bickering. I get a biracial couple as well, and also no strings. I don't know whatever this means to you. Again, we're all live different lives and we're all on different timelines. So please take what resonates and leave the rest to who it belongs to. But I feel for some of you, this is you fighting, no strings. Maybe there's, heartbreak here. There's pain. Maybe guys are fighting. I know that. And I'm getting that. Okay. If this is not you, then just, move on. Okay. Closing, closing the, closing the cycle. Yeah. You don't want to deal with this anymore. And this is what I picked up on with your energy. You don't want to deal with this anymore. You're closing the cycle. You're done. You don't want to argue anymore. You're finished arguing. This is you're closing this cycle here. I feel like, for some of you, you might be live by the beach or something to do with bad weather. Okay. Maybe you experienced some really bad weather in the last couple of weeks. This is a timeless reading. This could have happened, then or coming up or whatever, but in your heart you see somebody's true colors. Somebody can be bisexual, okay, here. Somebody can be bisexual or gay, whatever, but somebody in their heart seeing somebody's true colors. And this is what's in your heart chakra. You're seeing somebody's true colors come out here. For some of you, you have kindergartners, something to do with kindergarten. I don't know, just heard that. All right, signs, red flags here in your gut. You're seeing red flags. There's signs in your intuition, your dreams, some clarity. Your intuition is telling you something now. Maybe your dreams, in your dream state, your intuition. You see red flags on somebody here. I don't know. You're getting clarity of some sort in your, sacred in your solar plex. I feel like for some of you see the red flags, like, you're seeing something. Your intuition is picking up on something. Okay. I don't know what this is. You should know your story, but your intuition is picking up on some kind of red flags here with something. Okay. Yeah. Oof. STD. All right. For some of you, it doesn't have to be an STD, like a sexual transmitted disease, but this can be a disease of some sort, or maybe you're sick, or it can just be, STD straight up, because this is when your sacred chakra down there. All right. So, hey, take it where it resonates. If it's not you, then it doesn't belong to you, but something to do with STD. I'm seeing Steve, Tom, David. All right. What grounds? What ground? I don't know. I just heard somebody smells. Something to do with somebody's odor, something like that. I don't know. Not happy. This is what grounds you. You're not happy. Again, I feel like this is all, my health is more important, is what I'm getting. My health is more important right now. I just heard that. My health is more important. I got to get out of here. But for some of you, you're not happy. This is what grounds you. Maybe you're feeling like shit. Maybe you're sick. For some of you, you're not feeling too good. Your health. Maybe this is why your health is what, is concerning you right now. This is what you don't see under the deck, is feeling like shit. All right? For some of you, you just probably don't even know you're feeling like shit, and you do. Maybe you're saying, like, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like shit? But that's, let's see, let's pull up some tarot to see what's going on here. I feel Indian skin, maybe. Dark dark eyebrows, like thick brown eyebrows. I just heard Colombian, something to do with Colombian. All right, somebody with the thick hair here. Again, with the biracial couple is what I'm also getting. Maybe you're confused about something, but yeah, Wheel of Fortune. The cycle is about to close. Somebody's in their, divine feminine here. Somebody's also creative here too. Creative. I don't know, for some of you, your creativity is coming to light. Here is what I'm just hearing, is coming to light, or some kind of creativity. What is this for? Cancer. June 22nd. June 22nd is here. July 21st is also here. High Priestess in reverse. Oh, boys. Maybe somebody's doing some kind of witchcraft or something like that. You want me to leave it like this? Reverse. No, they want me to leave it like this in reverse. So secrets, this is being out of touch of some sort, some, accepting some kind of surface, something, acknowledgement with your health. I don't know. Maybe somebody's keeping a secret of some sort with an STD or their health, something to do with their health. Somebody's keeping a secret with their health, maybe here. Doesn't have to be an STD. This can be something else, a cold, whatever, but I don't know. And then a change and transportate. Death is here, change. Yeah, closing this cycle out. This is an end of a cycle. Like this says, closing this cycle. It's the end of a cycle. Straight up. There's an end of a cycle here. I don't know if this is your relationship, okay? This can be with a job or relationship, okay? It can be both. This guy's wearing a business suit. You can be wearing a business suit here. But there's definitely some kind of birth of a new opportunity as well, some kind of change, an end of a cycle. You're getting rid of access, maybe getting rid of this no strings, okay? This is the end of this relationship right here. What's the closing of the cycle? What's the death? Yeah, endless choices. That's what that is. You got choices. You got choices. You're dreaming, you're wishing on things here, searching for purpose or whatever, but this is why you're closing the cycle. There's other choices here. There's other opportunities. Maybe you're daydreaming about something here, wishful thinking, but you're searching for purpose, but you want to close the cycle out because of this. You're looking for choices. How do I get out of this? That's what I heard. How do I get out of this? What's this? Can I leave it up? Leave it up. No. You want me to leave it like this? Yeah, they want me to leave it like this. So the Ace of Cups in reverse. And this is clouded joy, clouded. This is an end of a relationship. Straight up, like I said, you saw somebody's true colors. This is an end of a relationship. You can be dealing with the water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. All right, but you seen somebody's true colors here. This is definitely distress and gloominess and stuff, but you saw somebody's true colors, and now, you're emotionally disappointed. Yeah, you got clarity about something. Somebody got clarity, whether it's been from the sickness or somebody's, it was a swift message, a swift change here, a rapid change. Something changed quickly around here. Something changed quick, all right? Quick action. This can be travel. Somebody can be traveling here. Sagittarius energy. You can be dealing with a fire sign, a Leo, Sag, Aries. Yeah, you're guarding yourself against this, Seven of Wands. You're standing your ground. You're guarding yourself. It can be with your sickness. It can be with somebody who's just toxic. Period. Okay, but you're guarding yourself. You're standing your ground against this person. You're protecting yourself as well. You're determined. You're like, not here. No, sir. Bye. What's just not happy? Yeah, you're looking forward. You're planning. You're making plans to move somewhere. So maybe you might be going traveling. Maybe you're looking for a new apartment. Maybe you're looking for a new place to stay. Maybe you're looking forward to something here, but you're planning on something and you're preparing. You're like, okay, how am I going to get out of this? Because for some of you, again, you're not happy. You're not happy in this relationship, and you're planning. This anticipation. Making a decision here, discovering, where am I going to go here? What am I going to do? Again, Aries. Aries can be you can have Aries in your chart as well. Okay, let's see what's going on with this twin flame. What is this? What's this High Priestess in reverse, Spirit? Yeah, I feel like, maybe somebody's wishing bad luck or bad health on you or something like that. Maybe you're not feeling good because of this person. Low vibrational is what I just heard. You might have low vibrational people around you making you not feel good. Their energy is like, rubbing off on you, is what I'm getting to. Yeah, this is lessons. Separation is necessary. Okay, that's what it says. Separation is necessary. There's lack of trust in this relationship. There's, out of touch, accepting, just accepting surface emotions, and but this is you also learning divine lessons here. And then we got Page of Cups. And a surprise, some kind of, Page of Cups, an offer, a love offer of some sort, a message. High Priestess again in reverse, guys. Okay, this came up twice. High Priestess again in reverse. Same card, different deck. But yeah, for some of you, not using your intuition, This is, silence, lack of self-trust. For some of you, there's a lot of illusions around you. People talking a lot of shit, but then it's not true. It's just that. Okay, that's what I'm just getting here. A lot of immaturity and stuff like that. Wow. Well, Spirit, I can't believe I got both. A tower. Yeah, a tower. Internal conflict and then tower. Remain in darkness or embrace the light, it says here. Remain in the darkness because it says clouded joy here. This is you being clouded and having emotional, being disappointed, and also an end of relationship. But they're saying you're going through an internal conflict here. Remain in the darkness or embrace the light. And then this is you looking outside at the light. And this is, a tower, divine intervention, unexpected events that are about to happen, some chaos. And it might be, coming in quick, or it already happened. But this is change, something that came in quick. The tower. Chaos, unexpected events about to happen. This is, you can live in a skyrise, or you can see out your window at a skyrise. For some of you, this is what you see when you look out your window. These are tall buildings. You can live by the beach or something like that. But, you know, you're guarding yourself and you're looking ahead. That's too many. Yeah, you're a catch. You know, for some of you, you're a catch. And then the magician. Some of you also, you know, you're not happy. Again, you're not happy. You know, 10 of Cups in the reverse. That's what this is. Not happy. Maybe, you know, maybe somebody got somebody pregnant and they're not happy about it. Also, magician is here making things manifest. You have all the tools in your toolbox to make everything happen. So use them, right? Use them. Use your brain, use your noodle, get out of stuff. You know, a lot of things people, you know, all they know is Google, but, you know, common sense goes a long way as well. You know, you don't need a machine or electronic to tell you, you know, to what you have to do. All right. Two of Swords, like I said. I'm sorry, Two of Wands. Two of Wands. All right. You're looking ahead. All right. You're looking ahead here. Your future planning. You need to choose a path here. Okay. You need to choose a path. And the same card, two different decks, you know, two of wands for sure. Somebody's, you know, planning their way, planning their escape, you know, future planning. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? But definitely, you know, future planning is here, and you're looking for, you know, making a decision here. Which way you're going to travel? You can be going overseas travel, but you're discovering something here, and you know, for some of you, you light a lot of candles or whatever. You're always lighting candles, but, you know, you feel like you have to get your way out of this. Like, how am I going to find my way out of this? You're trying to find your way out of something right now. All right, what's this not happy? I know what this already is. Two of Wands, not happy. The Seven of Wands. What's this? Four of Wands. That's right. And being happy and stable. That's what that is. You're leaving because that's what you want. You want stability. You want happiness, security, love, celebrating, you know, marriage. Four of Wands. You're not happy, so you're making, you know, plans on leaving so you can be happy. But, you know, for some of you, you're going to be celebrating this happiness. What's this? Let's see. What else for Cancer? Don't forget to like and subscribe so my spirit can pick up on your energy or what's going on in your energy. All right, we're all in different lives and we're all on different timelines. And I understand that. So if it doesn't fit, just, you know, like they say, quit. But just move on to the next message, okay? What's this lessons? Yeah, it's a rare gift. Okay. For some of you, you have a rare gift or a special gift given to you. Seize the opportunities, the power to attract wealth. I feel for some of you, you have a special gift. I don't know. I feel like, you know, for some of you, you work out a lot here. I feel like somebody works out a lot. Okay, so restoration of former of connections, apologies, but reconciliation is here. All right, reconciliation. I feel like for some of you, you're happy living a single life. You know, you're living your best single life right here. You know, you're not settling for a bad match anymore. You're working on yourself, becoming more self-reliant, and you don't want to deal. You're closing out this cycle of no strings and all this stuff. You're looking out for yourself, for your lifestyle, your health, your wealth, your mental health. I feel like somebody here is really looking out for themselves right now. All right, living their best life single, like you're happy being single or whatever. For some of you, I see that there's what do you call it? People who swing or whatever. All right, well, it's not for everybody, of course, but I see some swingers here. What's true colors with the Ace in reverse? Whoa, this meant to come out, huh? You're between worlds right now. Your internal conflict. That's right. All right, in your heart, this is how you feel. You know, you're conflicted. You're torn between two paths, you know. This is the stage between the old and the new. Okay, think of it that way. All right, trying to balance out your two lives here in transition. Okay, maybe somebody's in transition here. You know, like I said, maybe somebody in or around your energy, you know, is transitioning, having internal conflict, torn between two paths, the old and the new. Yeah, unfinished. Yeah, they're all up. So see things through. They're saying things left unsolved. That's what's going on here. The clarity here. There's red flags. You know, you're leaving things unfinished, trying to, you know, tying up loose ends. Maybe for some of you, this is what you're doing. Maybe you're traveling and you know, I don't know. I feel like for some of you, you might be traveling to protect your family or something like that. You didn't like no, you didn't have a choice. There was no choice of something here. Maybe it was a job or something. Oh my God! Look, I relocation. That's what I meant to say too. Like there was no choice or something. You had to relocate, a change in the home, a moving to a new location. This is exactly what I just said before I even seen this card. Oh my God! Planning to relocate, relocating for work. Again, this is exactly what I got. You might be relocating for work. You might be relocating for this person. Might be moving out. Maybe there's you change something here. I got to go. Maybe there was some kind of STD or some kind of your person was toxic and you had to get out of it. Get out. You had to relocate. Okay, or you can be relocating for work or something. Right? What's this grounding? Not happy with the Two of Wands, Four of Wands. What's this flipper here? Yeah, karmic justice. All right, karmic justice. Wrongs made right. That's straight up what it is. Wrongs are going to be made right. You will be vindicated, getting what you deserve now. Okay, you're learning your karmic lessons. What grounds you? What grounds you? Karmic lessons. All right, lessons. Somebody learn their lesson here. All right, somebody learn their lesson. Wrongs are going to be made right. You will be vindicated, getting what you deserve, and learning karmic lessons. This is what grounds you. All right? This is part of why you're feeling like shit. What's this? Let's see. What's the T here? What's this for? My beautiful Cancers. I don't know. Maybe I just heard like, something sneaky, like maybe somebody feels like you're sneaky or you feel like they're sneaky or something like that. What are you going to say for Cancer? Spirit, safe space. Yeah, that's what you want. You want a safe space. No judgment zone. You can cry, vent, or be weird, held, heard, and accepted. This is where your soulmate can exhale. Exhale, sorry. This is where your soul can exhale. Your safe space right here. All right, your safe space. I don't know. Maybe this is what you feel right now, like you need you need to go and check yourself, and maybe something with your mental health. I don't know, for somebody maybe they're going through mental health right now and you need a safe space. You need to talk to somebody, vent out. All right, you need to go to a no judgment zone where you can cry, vent, or be weird, held, heard, and accepted. That's right. For some of you, this is what you need right now. This is where your soul can exhale, a safe space. you know and then you don't want to be around plastic smiles. That's right. Forced kindness, polite but cold, compliments that don't feel real. Don't mistake courtesy for connection. Okay, don't mistake courtesy as a connection. There's a lot of people that are plastic smiles. Hi, how you doing? Meanwhile, they don't give a shit about you. You know what I mean? It's all fake. All right. So this is what you have to, use your discernment with people. Just because they're smiling at you doesn't mean that they like you, okay? Or they're real. They're polite, but they're cold, you know? So just don't mistake that too. Maybe for some of you, you're done with that. Like, you know, it's the end of a cycle of this shit. Like, I don't want to hear about these people anymore. Maybe that's why you're defending yourself. You're like, just get out my face. And you're planning on leaving. That's why you're not happy, probably. You know, you're seeing people's true colors coming out here. Like, damn. Maybe you're not listening to your tuition here. You know, mixed signals. Maybe you're getting mixed signals from people. Maybe you're not using your intuition, you know? And this is where your intuition has to come in. Ask for clarity, not excuses. There it is. Ask for clarity and not excuses. This is where the clarity comes in. Okay? You know, hot and cold. Yes, today, maybe tomorrow. Confusing behavior. Ask for clarity, not excuses. You know, this is what people in your neighborhood laying it on thick. Just heard that. Laying it on thick. Missed signals. Hi, and then you know, please. Breadcrumbers. There you go. Breadcrumbs. Minimal effort, you know, people, minimal effort. Just enough to keep you around, you know, inconsistent contact. You deserve the whole loaf. Okay, so don't let nobody breadcrumb you. You deserve the whole loaf. All right, this is what Spirit is saying. Don't be internally conflicted here. All right, don't be between two worlds, two paths. You know, see people's true colors. You deserve the whole loaf. You don't deserve to be breadcrumbed. What's the Tower? For unfinished business here. Trying to loosen up loose ends here. Tying up loose ends. What's this? With the Tower. New chapter. That's what it is. It's a new chapter. It's a fresh start. All right? New chapter, fresh start. And this is what's coming in quick, too. This is a rapid change. This is gaining the momentum here. All right? This is you with the fruits of your labor moving out, traveling, you know, taking quick action about something. All right? Seeing things through. Clean slate energy. Moving in a new direction. You're turning the page. All right? This is you turning the page. That's right. What's the STD with the 7 of Wands and the 2 of Wands? What is this in the relocation? What is this? Yeah, I feel like somebody definitely had to relocate, a change in a new home, a fresh start. There it is. Had to turn the page. Somebody just packed it up and is leaving. Okay. Yeah. Commitment issues. Somebody has commitment issues. That's why they had a change of home. Guard themselves. All right. Maybe that's what the STD came in here. Commitment issues, fear of labels, dodging serious talks, keeping one foot out the door. Here for a good time, not a long time. All right. They're there for a good time, not a long time. Well, somebody has commitment issues. All right. What's this karmic justice with the 2 of Wands and the 4 of Wands? Yeah, the silent treatment. You know, healthy love communication, weaponized silence, emotional shutdown, punishing instead of talking. That's why somebody here is not happy. Look, somebody is in this energy right here, not happy, looking at each other like this. All right. And this is, you know, 2 different cards and they came out the same. So something's up with this. All right. For sure. Silent treatment and all that good stuff. Oh, all right. Give me one of these, Spirit. Now we're going to close this out. We're going to close this out for the sign of Cancer. What advice do you have for the sign of Cancer? Sign of Cancer. Cancer. Yeah, there it is. The bird who has eaten cannot fly with the bird that is hungry. Okay? So the bird who has eaten cannot fly with the bird that is hungry. And that's the advice from ancestors. All right? So birds of a feather flock together, but, you know, can't eat with, you know, birds that are hungry, chicken heads and stuff like that. Somebody who's breadcrumbing you. All right? Maybe you're on 2 different wavelengths here, 2 different levels. All right, this was your reading. I hope it resonated. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff, okay? Love, light, and peace to each and every one of you. Please be kind to one another. Don't be mean, because mean people suck. All right? I love you, Cancer. I'll see you soon. Peace out.